My sister goes to a large state university, and the experiences that we've had in college are extremely different. I have never had a problem getting into a class or seeing a teacher who I needed help from, whereas my sister was struggling in a course, and when she reached out to the professor, they actually told her to drop the class, which is something that a Seton Hall professor would never do. Beyond that, most students at her university actually take 5 years to graduate because they can't get into the classes they need because there's just too many students and not enough classes. I know that it's really the size that makes the difference. So Seton Hall being small and paying so much attention to every single student is what makes our college experiences so different. One day after a snow day, there was actually a school closing, but my roommate and I wanted to get out and kind of just walk around. We had been cooped up inside too long, so we went to Dunkin', but unfortunately it was closed, and all I wanted was hot cocoa, so I was whining about how I couldn't get any hot chocolate. And President Esteban was actually walking behind me, and he said, "Oh, you want some hot chocolate? I have some in my office if you want." So he unlocked President's Hall and took us inside and made hot cocoa and gave us cookies and had a nice conversation with us before we went back to our room. That meant so much to us that we had met President Esteban in such a casual way. We were only freshmen, so we knew who he was, but the fact that he stopped 2 students to make them hot cocoa just really showed me that Seton Hall is a community where everyone is family. I really loved the faculty at Seton Hall University. They definitely went above and beyond to support me both in and out of the classroom. 2 specific professors come to mind. The first was an accounting professor who actually came in every Saturday for the whole semester on his own free time to help us study the material, and he would bring food just to make the experience more fun. So he not only helped us succeed academically, but he was just a very approachable and caring and supportive teacher. The other is Dr. Laddick. He found out that I was entering a business competition, and he actually reached out to me to help me perfect my presentation for the competition. He let me come into his class to practice it, and then he told me that he had written a recommendation for law school for me without me even having to ask it of him. I visited the Career Center in my freshman year, as most students are encouraged to do, and they helped me to perfect my resume. They also hosted an interview workshop, which I went to, and through all of the support system of the Career Center, as well as the resources, I was fortunate to have a lot of internships. I actually had 5 internships during my time here at Seton Hall. As a sophomore, I worked for Fluent Group, who was hired by Microsoft to collect research on their new laptops. So I would do different trials with the 2 different laptops they issued me with students and faculty to show them the products and then to get their feedback, which went back to Microsoft, which you could then actually see in the changes that were made to those laptops. I was doing a lot of my own focus groups. I was very independent in all of my projects, but I was able to apply all the things I had learned with this internship. So it helped when I applied to internships afterwards to be able to speak to actual real-world experience that I had gained from this specific internship. In my junior year, I studied abroad in Sevilla, Spain, which is a small walking town in the south of Spain, and I actually lived with a host mom. So I spent every day with her only speaking Spanish, which improved my Spanish skills, but it also gave me a real sense of independence because there was so much traveling and adventure that I got to experience all on my own. I think I grew a lot as a person. Beyond that, I actually took 2 business classes and 3 Spanish classes while I was there, so I was learning about international business while being internationally abroad. It was an experience that I wouldn't trade for anything. It's for students that are more serious about their academics and that are looking to their futures, to grad school, to really good jobs. It's someplace for students that still want to have a good time and have a lot of friends and enjoy their experience, but they really know when it's time to go to the library and to study. After graduation, I'll be attending law school in the fall. I actually applied to 7 law schools and was admitted to all 7, one of them being Villanova, where I was offered a full tuition scholarship, and another being Arizona State, which is actually a top 25 program in the nation. I think that having all of these opportunities was because Seton Hall prepared me in a way that not only was I academically strong, but my resume as a whole just reflected me as a very complete student that other universities wanted. So I'm just so fortunate to have so many different opportunities ahead of me and so many choices.